I heard that I didn't say anything because I was in a pain.
Running for president is not an entitlement to disrespect Gold Star family. Shame on him. Shame on his family.
On social media, the hashtag Trump sacrifices started to trend, such as once, when very hungry, actually ate a Trump steak, had to eat a taco bowl to prove I love Hispanics, once had to take a second job in PR just to make ends meet. Speaking tonight with ABC's Columbus affiliate, WSYX, Trump sought to do some damage control.
You know, as far as I'm concerned, he's a hero. But horrible things were said about me. I think it was, frankly, very tough. So all I did is respond, and I will always respond.
For Trump's competition, this is low-hanging fruit. More proof, said Hillary Clinton, that Trump is temperamentally unfit to be president.
Donald Trump is not a normal presidential candidate.
Republicans didn't go that far, but they, too, have been forced to distance themselves from their standard-bearer. I cannot emphasize enough how deeply I disagree with Mr. Trump's statement, said 2008 nominee John McCain. I hope Americans understand that the remarks do not represent the views of our Republican Party, its officers, or candidates.
There's two things you can say to a Gold Star mother. You say, I'm sorry, or I'm very sorry.
For other Gold Star families, this is personal. Karen Meredith's son, First Lieutenant Ken Ballard, was just 26 when he was killed in Iraq.
It was really the end of the life that I knew and that I had planned on having. He was my only child.
She received next of kin notification on Memorial Day, 2004.
There is no word for a parent who has lost a child, not in any language, because it's just too painful. It is the worst pain.
She brought our cameras to a park near her home, the site of his high school graduation, and later, where they gathered after his funeral. She takes Trump's criticisms of the cons personally.
I don't know that he has the capability of understanding what it is to lose a child. I haven't cried in a long time about my son, and I hate to admit it. I hate to give him that much power over me, but I cried because it was so painful.
Trump does have some defenders on this issue, among them Sajid Tarar, who represents a group called American Muslims for Trump. He spoke tonight with Byron Pitts.
What do you make of when asked about sacrifice? This is George Stephanopoulos' question. How would you answer the father, what sacrifices have you made for your country? Donald Trump's response, I think I've made a lot of sacrifices.
There's different definition of sacrifice.
How does a reasonable person put in the same sentence sacrifice of a child to sacrifice by creating jobs?
You can say yes or you can say no to the both of them. Comparison, I mean, say he gave
Was
comparison.
that a reasonable comparison?
Yeah, of course, that's his opinion.
But what's your opinion? As someone who supports Donald Trump, I'll give you pause.
I respect both sacrifices.
The very idea that these are comparable sacrifices is what brought on the wrath of Khan. And that's just one storyline to come out of George's interview with Trump. There was also an entirely different controversy that had to do with the apparent bromance between Trump and Russian leader Vladimir Putin.
What exactly is your relationship with Vladimir Putin? I have no relationship with Putin.
Trump told George one thing.
Do you have a relationship with Vladimir Putin?
And MSNBC the complete opposite.
I do have a relationship, and I can tell you that he's very interested in what we're doing here today. He's probably very interested in what you and I are saying today, and I'm sure he's going to be seeing it in some form. But I do have a relationship with him.
Putin has had nice things to say about Trump, calling him bright and talented last year at his press conference.
I don't think I've ever met him. I never met him. I don't think I've ever met him. You would know it if you did. I think so. Yeah, I think so.
And yet,
you know, I was in Moscow a couple of months ago. I owned the Miss Universe pageant, and they treated me so great. Putin even sent me a present, beautiful present with a beautiful note. I spoke to all of his people.
Trump keeps changing his story.
I was in Russia. I was in Moscow recently, and I spoke indirectly and directly with President Putin, who could not have been nicer. But I have no relationship with him.
Yeah, you said for 3 years, 13, 14, and 15, that you did have a relationship with him.
No, look, what do you call a relationship? I mean, he treats me with great respect. I have no relationship with Putin.
Hillary Clinton!
Thank you, Omaha.
Tonight in Omaha, Hillary Clinton was celebrated at a campaign stop that also featured billionaire Warren Buffett, the latest in a parade of billionaires to support her in recent days.
The next Vice President and President of the United States of America, Tim Kaine and Hillary Clinton.
There's also Mark Cuban in Pittsburgh and Michael Bloomberg in Philadelphia.
Trump says he wants to run the nation like he's running his business? God help us.
Billionaires united against one of their own in support of a Democrat who says she wants to tax the rich.
Well, I've had a flawless campaign. You'll be writing books about this campaign.
There will be books about this campaign. That much is certainly true. I'm David Wright for Nightline in Omaha.
Coming up, Tinder meets Snapchat and the latest online dating craze. Plus, get a crash course on coupling up from the $1 million matchmaker herself, Hattie Stank. Since the time of Shakespeare, and even well before that, love stories have riveted audiences. Over the centuries, the basic tale hasn't changed much, but the format certainly has. Snapchat meets Tinder with this new dating app. Here's ABC's Nick Watt.
Jordan, I love you so much.
Yes, you can find love on a TV show like JoJo and Jordan. I love you. Or in the flesh, as we used to, or the new, still evolving normal online.
So, were you at a wedding with that video?
So I do like to dance. That's one of my specialties.
Claire and Kevin here might never have met.
The funniest thing about your profile, though, was like seeing you just pop that bottle. Like, it was just, it kind of brings out a personality that you're just like fun.
Might never have met had it not been for the newest dating app on the block, Lively. A simple selfie and a boastful blurb just ain't enough. You need a story, a patchwork of videos showing your life, not just you.
A story is a compilation of video and photos that are all stitched together, which we think creates a much more intimate experience and dating profile than selfies can alone.
A new kid in a $2 billion industry. Will this be the app that cracks the code, makes it big, becomes the Uber of online loving? It's inspired by social media apps, not designed for matchmaking, but increasingly used by the young and lovely to hook up. You may remember the tale of two college kids we followed a couple of months ago.
Guy wearing the Vikings jersey on the UW Snap story. I'm seriously in love with you. Find me.
A plaintive post on Snapchat, but groundbreaking in its simplicity, sparking a real-life, real-time soap opera at the University of Wisconsin.
You can find that girl, man. She's looking for you.
This is the first time I've ever reached out to someone over Snapchat.
The object of her desire, this guy with unfeasibly great hair, spotted wearing that Vikings jersey on the college's Snapchat account.
She had said, guy in the Vikings jersey on the UW Snap story, I'm seriously in love with you. So that was quite a surprise.
Meet me here. He suggests an 8:30 p.m. date. Will they, won't they, all across the campus, nail-biting? Will mystery girl, a.k.a. Abby Diamond, and Viking fan, Reed Bjork, will they meet, kiss, fall in love?
We really hope this couple gets together.
We need to know.
And she didn't show.
I thought after that there was really no chance of us meeting up because it had passed the time.
But turns out Abby just plain didn't see Reed's 8:30 suggestion.
I had put my phone down and wasn't looking at it because I was so embarrassed. So when I looked at it, it was way past 8:30. It was like 9:30 at that point. So I kind of fluffed my hair, opened my phone. I didn't even realize that you replied back to my video, so I missed the 8:30 at the Discovery Center. But if it's fate, I'll see you out tonight.
But remember, Snapchat is not designed for this. It's not for dating.
Snapchat is not for dating per se, but it's a great way to date.
Because, like dating app Lively, apparently you're getting more of the person before you ever meet. Laurel House is an expert in all things relationship.
You're actually watching people in real time to see what their lifestyle looks like. It's not just these very staged, perfectly lit photos of them that they have on an online dating profile. This is who they actually are. Videos of them doing things that they like to do in their real life.
Perhaps every singleton should wear a point-of-view camera and another on a selfie stick 24/7, live stream it so we can see everything before committing to a date. Middle-aged man rant over. Laurel House now coaches guys like Sharif to perform in this increasingly sophisticated and evolving online dating arena.
You have the videos, so you get to hear their voice. So you can see how they move, what they look like in their real day-to-day.
I would love to see them in the flesh, just how they are.
Is he getting the hang of this?
So it probably wouldn't be a good idea to send a picture of a girl with me.
Unless it's your sister.
Are you at heart just more of a Tinder guy, Sharif?
Tinder, you go there to it's pretty much a have-sex site, I would say.
Okay, back to Sleepless in Seattle, or Wistful in Wisconsin.
Now, this Viking dude does not go up and get this girl at the KK. He is dumb as hell. And so, finally, I went to the KK, or the college club, which is a bar here.
She's here, right? Are you a minor? Are you a minor? I don't know where she is. It's gonna happen.
I got really nervous and anxious and kind of panicked a little bit and left.
Don't you do this, mystery girl. Do not do this. If you left, I'm about to be as devastated as I was when JoJo did not win The Bachelor.
Mystery girl, I'm here. Bar closed. Waiting for you.
I'm outside the KK.
Go back in. Go back in.
Come find me. And there he was, at the bottom of the stairs, waiting for me.
They say it's like they almost knew each other